Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about basic electrical properties of MOS by CMOS. So these are the VI characteristics of MOSFET or output characteristics of MOSFET transistor. These curves belongs to enhancement mode NMOS and these curves belongs to depletion mode NMOS transistor. As we know that the transistor can operate in three distinct regions, that is cutoff region, non-saturation region and saturation region. In cutoff region, the drain current is 0, that is no current flows in the transistor. In non-saturation region, the current increases linearly. In saturation region, the output current almost remains as constant. In enhancement mode MOSFET transistor, if you observe these characteristics, will gives the relationship between VDS versus IDS. So what is VDS? Output voltage, and IDS is the output current for different values of VGS, that is input voltage. If you apply gate voltage, the channel will be developed. That is, in enhancement mode, the channel is absent initially. You have to enhance or develop the channel by applying gate voltage. After applying gate voltage, the negative charged ions will be attracted towards the gate region, hence they form the channel. Through this channel, electrons can flow from source to drain, hence the current, drain current. After that, if you increase more and more VDS, more number of electrons can flow through the channel, hence the current increases. If you increase more and more VDS, it reaches to saturation region, hence the current remains constant. And if you observe in these curves, VGS is only positive values. Why? If you apply negative gate voltage, positive charged ions, that is holes, will be attracted towards the gate region. But source is N-type, drain is also N-type. In between, if positive charged ions or holes will be formed, then recombination will be takes place, hence there is no movement of electrons from source to drain. Due to that, no current flows. Hence, it is necessary to apply positive gate voltage to develop the negative charge layer below the gate region. That is, if you apply positive gate voltage, what will happen? In the minority charge carriers in P substrate will be attracted towards the gate layer, hence they form negative charge layer or it forms the channel. Due to that, if you apply VDS, then the electrons from source to drain can flow through the channel, hence the current IDS flows. That's why you have to apply positive gate voltage for NMOS enhancement mode MOSFET. If you take depletion mode MOSFET, what is depletion mode MOSFET? In depletion mode MOSFET, the channel is already exists. That is, at the time of manufacturing, they will develop the channel. It is not necessary to apply positive gate voltage to enhance or to develop the channel. So there is a dedicated path, dedicated channel exists in depletion mode MOSFET. That's why in the absence of VGS, if you apply VDS, the current flows through the channel. Hence, we will get drain current. So here, if you take this curve, it is negative gate voltage. If you apply negative gate voltage, what will happen? The available charge carriers in the channel will be decreased. Hence, small amount of current flows. If you apply positive gate voltage, that is, if you take this curve, if you apply positive gate voltage, the available charge carriers in the channel will be increased, hence more current will be flows. Okay, so that's why in depletion mode MOSFET, if you apply either negative gate voltage or positive gate voltage, the current conduction takes place. That is nothing but if you remove these negative gate voltage curves, remaining curves are similar to enhancement mode MOSFET characteristics. That's why from these curves it is clear that depletion mode MOSFET can act as an enhancement mode MOSFET and depletion mode MOSFET transistor. Now we are going to derive the expression for drain current, that is IDS, or we are going to derive the relationship between IDS, that is output current, versus VDS, output voltage. So this is the structure of MOSFET transistor. So from this is drain, it is gate, and it is source, and here from here to here this is channel. You have to develop the channel here. So this channel is having length of capital L and it has width of W, and in between this gate region and this channel there is a layer, that is silicon dioxide. This silicon dioxide, so this is the silicon dioxide. This silicon dioxide layer is having a thickness of capital D. So this silicon dioxide acting as good insulator between this gate region and channel. So this transistor is useful whenever current flows from source to drain, that is whenever electrons flow from source to drain, conduction takes place, otherwise it is useless. So to make conduction you should apply gate voltage, that is if you apply gate voltage the channel will be established, that is you have to apply positive gate voltage, then channel will be established between this source and drain. After that you have to apply drain to source voltage, then there is an external force on these electrons, hence they can move from source to drain region through this channel, hence the current ID or IDS. Now we are going to derive IDS. So the drain to source current IDS is given by QC by tau. What is QC? QC. What is QC? QC is the charge induced in the channel due to movement of electrons, and tau is the transit time. So the transit time is defined as the time taken by electrons to travel the distance of channel length, or the time taken by electron to reach from source to drain region. So the transit time is defined as the time taken by electron to move from source to drain region. Then I is equals to Q by tau, or from relationship Q is equals to IT, I is equals to Q by T. So from that IDS, drain to source current, is equals to QC divided by tau. So where QC is charge induced in the channel and tau is the electron transit time. These electrons are traveling distance of capital L with a velocity of v. So these electrons are having some velocity v. Then the time is equals to length by velocity. So the transit time tau SD is equals to the channel length divided by v. V is the velocity of electrons or holes. But we know that the velocity of electrons is given as V is equals to mu into EDS. EDS is the electric field between drain to source, and mu is the mobility of electrons or holes. So V is equals to mu into EDS, and we know the relationship between electric field and applied voltage. So due to applied voltage VDS along this channel, electric field EDS will be induced or developed. Then the electric field EDS is equals to VDS divided by L. Then if you substitute EDS in this expression, okay, so here if you substitute EDS is equals to VDS by L, then V is equals to mu into EDS. What is EDS? VDS by L. So then you will get this one. And we know that the transit time tau SD is equals to L by V. So what is V? Velocity of electron. But here the velocity of electron is derived as mu into Vds by L. So if you substitute this in this expression, then tau SD is equals to L by V. What is V? Mu into Vds by L. So then L into L, L square by mu into Vds. So this is the transit time expression. What is transit time? The time taken by electron or hole to travel from source to drain. And it is the expression tau SD is equals to L square by mu into Vds. So from this definition, tau is derived. The transit time has been derived. Now you have to derive QC. Then substitute in this equation. You will get IDS expression. So now we are going to derive QC. So in non-saturation region, the channel is evenly distributed or uniformly distributed. Then the IR drop in the channel is same throughout the channel. Why? Because the channel is uniformly distributed, hence the IR drop is also same. Hence the average value is taken as Vds by 2. And Vg is the effective gate voltage, and it is given as difference between applied gate voltage to the threshold voltage Vt. So Vgs minus Vt is called as effective gate voltage. And the charge per unit area is nothing but unit area. A is equals to W into L. Okay, area here it is channel area. So channel length is L and channel width is W. So area A is equals to W into L. So W into L is equals to 1. In this case, the charge per unit area is equals to Eg. Eg is the average electric field into epsilon insulator and epsilon naught. So epsilon insulator is the insulator permittivity, epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Then the total induced charge for area WL. Then so Eg into epsilon insulator, epsilon naught into area W into L. So the area W into L. Now the average electric field Eg is equals to Vgs minus Vt minus Vds by 2 whole divided by d, where d is the oxide thickness. Now if you substitute Eg in this expression, you will get expression for Qc, the charge induced in the channel. So Qc is equals to epsilon insulator epsilon naught W into L. See here, epsilon insulator epsilon naught W into L into Eg. What is Eg? Whole divided by d, that is whole divided by d into Vgs minus Vt minus Vds by 2. Vgs minus Vt minus Vds by 2. So from this we have derived Qc. So we have derived the charge induced in the channel Qc and the transit time tau. If you substitute these two equations in this equation, in this relation, then you will get expression for IDS. So therefore IDS is equals to Qc by tau. What is Qc? This one whole divided by tau. Tau is equals to L square by mu into Vds. So here whole divided by L square by mu into Vds. Then if you simplify, you will get epsilon insulator epsilon naught mu by d into W by L into Vgs minus Vt minus Vds by 2 into Vds. My request is please write down and then simplify it, you will get this one. IDS is equals to, if you assume that this epsilon insulator epsilon naught into mu by d is equals to k, then k into W by L Vgs minus Vt minus Vds by 2. Okay, Vds into Vds square. Here Vgs minus Vt into Vds. So Vds. So this is the the drain current equation in non-saturation region. You have to remember this. IDS is equals to K into W by L into VGS minus VT into VDS minus VDS square by 2, where K is the Boltzmann constant and K is equals to given by this one. And if you let beta is equals to K into W by L, beta is a constant here, beta is equals to K into W by L, so this will be replaced by beta into VGS minus VT into VDS minus VDS square by 2. This is another alternate form of in non-saturation region. And in terms of capacitance, you will get this expression where C0 is the gate capacitance per unit area. Whenever the channel length and width is equals to 1, then channel area will becomes 1 into 1, 1. So in that case, the gate capacitance is given by C0. So this is the current equation in non-saturation region. If you go for saturation region, in saturation the condition is VDS is equals to VGS minus VT. So you have to replace VDS is equals to VGS minus VT. So here VDS is equals to VGS minus VT. If you substitute VDS is equals to VGS minus VT and simplify it, so here VGS minus VT into VGS minus VT, that is VGS minus VT whole square minus VDS is nothing but VGS minus VT whole square divided by 2. So you will get VGS minus VT whole square divided by 2. Okay, this one. So finally you will get K into W by L into VGS minus VT whole square by 2. So K into W by L into VGS minus VT whole square by 2. So this is the current equation in saturation region. In terms of beta, this one, that is K into W by L is equals to beta divided by 2, okay, into VGS minus VT whole square. And here it is in terms of gate capacitance. So like this you have to derive the large expression for drain current. Threshold voltage. Threshold voltage in general defined as the voltage or the minimum voltage required to make conduction in the transistor. Here in MOSFET it is defined as it is the minimum required gate voltage to establish this channel or this inversion layer. Here if you apply gate voltage, then the minority charge carriers in P substrate will be attracted towards this gate region, hence they can form a negative charge layer. This layer is called as inversion layer. So at that point whatever the gate voltage required to form this layer is called as threshold voltage. So the threshold voltage of MOSFET is defined as the value of gate to source voltage which is sufficient to produce a surface inversion layer when VDS is equals to 0. Okay, to produce this inversion layer you are applying a gate voltage. That voltage is called as threshold voltage, or it is also defined as the voltage at which the surface of the semiconductor gets inverted to the opposite polarity is known as threshold voltage. Okay, that is this inversion layer only. And threshold voltage for NMOS is always positive. Why? Because in enhancement mode you have to apply positive gate voltage, and threshold voltage for PMOS is always negative. Why? Because in PMOS transistor here this substrate is N-type substrate, then here diffusions are P-type diffusions. In N-type substrate the minority charge carriers are holes which are having positive charge, which are having positive polarity. Then if you want to attract those holes towards this gate region, you should apply negative gate voltage. If you apply negative gate voltage, then only these positive holes will be attracted towards this region, hence they can form positive charged layer. Okay, so that's why you should apply negative gate voltage in PMOS transistor, and this is the threshold voltage expression. Next parameter, transconductance and output conductance. So transconductance GM is defined as delta IDS by delta VGS at constant VDS. So the transconductance is the ratio of change in drain current to the change in gate voltage. So here drain current is output current, gate voltage is input voltage. So here the transconductance is nothing but change in output current with respect to change in input voltage for a constant value of VDS, output voltage. Okay, so MOSFET is a voltage controlled device. That is nothing but by controlling input voltage you can able to control the output current. That's why it is called as voltage controlled device. So transconductance GM is equals to delta IDS by delta VGS. We are going to derive, as we know that what is the definition of drain current. Okay, IDS is equals to QC by tau. Okay, from that IDS is equals to QC by tau. QC is the charge induced in the channel and tau is the transit time. Now the change in current, okay, that is delta IDS is equals to delta QC, okay, delta QC divided by tau. Tau is a time that is constant, that's why there is no change. So delta IDS is equals to delta QC. Whenever okay, and we know that the transit time tau is equals to L square by mu into VDS, already we had derived. Then substitute this in this relation. So delta IDS is equals to delta QC divided by tau is equals to L square by mu into VDS. Then if you rearrange this, delta IDS is equals to delta QC into, so mu into VDS, okay, mu VDS divided by L square. But change in charge, so charge, what is the charge expression? Q is equals to CV. So here the capacitance is gate capacitance and the voltage is input voltage VGS. Okay, so then Q is equals to CV. From that delta QC is equals to CG into delta VGS. Now if you substitute delta QC, okay, here, so if you substitute delta QC in this, you will get delta QC is nothing but CG into delta VGS into mu into VDS, mu into VDS divided by L square. Okay, what is the definition of transconductance? Delta IDS by delta VGS. So here it is delta IDS, and if you observe here it is delta VGS. So if you do cross multiplication, you will get delta IDS divided by delta VGS is equals to remaining CG into mu VDS divided by L square. So that is nothing but transconductance GM. So this is the equation for transconductance. GM is equals to CG into mu VDS by L square. And if you take the condition saturation, in saturation condition VDS is equals to VGS minus VT. If you substitute VDS as VGS minus VT, you will get CG into mu. CG into mu into VDS is nothing but VGS minus VT whole divided by L square. So this is the expression in non-saturation condition, it is the expression in saturation condition. And this is the output conductance. The next parameter, figure of merit, omega naught. Omega naught is equals to GM by CG. So figure of merit is a measure for frequency response and switching performance. So by seeing a figure of merit, you can say that what is the performance of your MOS transistor. So it will measure the performance of the MOS transistor, and it is defined as Gm by Cg. So Gm is nothing but transconductance and Cg gate capacitance. So what is Gm? Already we have derived here. Gm is equals to Cg into mu into Vgs minus Vt by L square. Or here if you can see the derivation, the omega naught is equals to Cg into mu by L square into Vgs minus Vt whole divided by Cg. So Cg and Cg will get cancelled, remains mu by L square into Vgs minus Vt. But we know that what is transit time? The transit time is equals to L square by mu into Vds minus L square by mu into Vds, or L square by mu into Vgs minus Vt. Here it is reverse, mu into Vgs minus Vt by L square. So 1 by tau Sd, that is 1 by transit time, is equals to mu into Vgs minus Vt divided by L square. So which is similar to this expression omega naught. So that is nothing but omega naught. So from this, if tau, the transit time, is less, then speed is more. Okay, automatically if time is less means speed is more. So here time and omega naught is figure of merit. So switching speed is depends on gate voltage, carrier mobility, inversely as a square of the channel length. So this is a channel length. Okay, 1 by L square. And the switching speed depends on gate voltage. Okay, gate voltage. This is gate voltage. And carrier mobility. Mu is the carrier mobility. Inversely square of channel length. Okay, L square. The switching speed depends on these three variables: threshold voltage, transconductance, output conductance, and figure of merit. These are different parameters of the MOSFET transistor. Next, POS transistor logic. POS transistor. POS means the name itself, it is saying that passing the logic through transistors. So if you arrange transistors in series like this, then each transistor can pass the logic from one node to other node up to output. If any one of the transistors off, then this input logic will not be passing to the output. So MOSFETs can also be used as switches in series with lines carrying logic levels, as in the case of relay contacts. Such kind of logic is known as POS transistor logic. POS transistors pass the signal between the drain and source terminals. So this is the POS transistor logic arrangement by using NMOS transistors. If VGS is equals to 0, then the transistor is off. So VGS is nothing but this is the gate terminal, this is the gate, this is the gate terminal. If VGS is equals to 0, then the transistor becomes into off, hence no connection between the input and output. Then output will goes to 0. If all the transistors become on, then output X is equals to A and B and C. So this one, X is equals to A and B and C. NMOS inverter. So inverter is the basic element in the design of digital circuits. Without inverter circuit, it is not possible to design any logic circuit. So this is a symbol of inverter, and this is a truth table. So if input is 0, output will be 1. If input is 1, output will be 0. And here this is the NMOS inverter. So we are calling it as NMOS inverter. Why? Because of all the MOSFET transistors are NMOS type, and here it is depletion mode MOSFET. You can observe the symbols. This is depletion mode MOSFET and it is enhancement mode MOSFET. And you know that in depletion mode MOSFET, channel already exists. It is not necessary to apply gate voltage. So this is gate terminal, this is drain, and this is source. Here it is a drain, it is gate, and here it is source. And if you observe, the gate and source are interconnected. So nothing but the VGS is equals to 0. So we are making VGS is equals to 0. Why? It is not necessary to develop the channel. So if you connect like this transistor is always in on condition. It is always in on condition. Hence VDD is directly connected to output. Always VDD is connected to output. Okay, VDD is connected to output like this. And this is the input. Here you are going to apply input. If input is equals to 0 or the gate input of this enhancement mode MOSFET is equals to 0, then this transistor becomes off. It is off means it is open circuited. If it is open, then VDD is directly connected to output, hence you will get high logic. Similarly, if input is high, then this NMOS transistor becomes into on, hence there is a continuous path existing between VDD and ground. Hence the output will goes to 0. Or if here it is a capacitor, initially it is charged to VDD, now it will discharges through this path, hence the output will goes to 0. So if you observe the curve like this, so x-axis input voltage and y-axis output. So from here to here the input is low. Input is low means 0. For 0 it is off, hence VDD we are getting as output. That's why here we are getting VDD. Next case, if Vin is equals to 1, that is high. Okay, Vin is going on increasing. Vin is high. For high, this transistor becomes into on, hence there is a continuous path. Hence this capacitor discharges through this transistor. Due to that, output will goes to 0. So output is decaying like this. See, it is almost goes to 0. So for lower input we are getting high output, for higher input we are getting low output. So this is the inverter operation. So and it is NMOS inverter because we are using only NMOS inverters in this circuit. Okay, this is the operation of NMOS inverter we have discussed. Okay, the transfer characteristics of inverter we can get by superimposing the VGS is equals to 0 depletion mode characteristic curve on the family of enhancement mode device. Okay, so this curve is belongs to depletion mode MOSFET and these curves belongs to enhancement mode MOSFET. If you superimpose these two characteristic curves, then we are getting intersecting point. This intersecting point will give the transfer characteristics of NMOS inverter.